Harry, I'm going to start with you. Do you want to see a Golden State KD reunion?
Let the reunion begin.
Let's go.
Yes, I do. The last time Kevin Durant was with the Golden State Warriors, they went to 3 straight NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Right? Winning 2 of those. The last one, Klay Thompson got hurt. Kevin Durant was hurt. But I remember actually being at Quicken Loans Arena with my brother and my nephews for one of those championships. Not actually the closing game, but it may have been the closing game. But I remember Kevin Durant coming down in transition, and LeBron's right there in his face, and banging that three-pointer right there in LeBron's face, and just sitting there looking at Quicken Loans Arena, everybody in there. And I just turned my head, and I looked at everybody in there, and it was so quiet. And I seen the emotion from Kevin Durant, not the rah-rah emotion, but just, yes, I'm that damn guy. And he still is that damn guy.
He is.
But I would love to see them back together again to hash out whatever the issues may have been during that time. I think a few of the issues may have been hashed out, but I think it's still some little things here and there. But I would love to see Kevin Durant. You got a more competitive Western Conference. Yeah. And I would like to see that. I like to see competition. I like to see guys going at it. A lot of teams in the West are going to be way better this year. So I would not mind selfishly seeing Kevin Durant go back to the Golden State Warriors.
I'm right there with you. What about you, Courtney?
Is it more competitive, or is it just a top-heavy Warriors team that's going to do what they did during the 2016-17 season when Durant was there and then just blew everybody out of the water? And I think that was Game 3 of that Cleveland series. I covered the Warriors that year. There was no competition anywhere else in the West, and that was, it's great to watch if you're a Warriors fan, but I'm thinking Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole, James Wiseman are all looking around this year when the Warriors just won thinking, we've got next. We're going to be, our window to win right now is open for a while. As long as Steph keeps playing at this level, those guys are going to be a part of a championship team. Throw in the new version that you have of Andrew Wiggins, figuring it out in his 9th year of his career in the NBA. I don't want to see that core get blown up because you know that those players would all go somewhere else if Kevin Durant ends up getting traded to the Golden State Warriors. I'm all about a reunion. I'm all about seeing things get worked out. I know that Draymond Green has spoken incredibly highly of Kevin Durant. So you'd like to think that maybe some of the bygones can be left as bygones between those two, and the chemistry of that Warriors team could remain intact with bringing Kevin Durant back. But I want to see him do it somewhere else. If it's not going to be in Brooklyn, go to another team and try to make this happen. I like the Warriors as constructed because they proved a lot of people wrong this past year. With Stephen Curry playing at the level that he did, winning finals MVP, and having to do a lot of that alone, Kevin Durant makes them a super team again. And I'm not saying that they aren't already there, but it almost becomes unfair at that point. I like the competitive balance of power as it stands right now in the Western Conference. Yeah. And even if Kevin Durant wants to go to the Suns, fine. That's cool. But I don't want to see the Golden State Warriors reunion, but I can also understand why 29 other teams, no matter whether you have a chance or not, you call, you inquire. It's Kevin Durant. Listen to him. On the rejoin there, he said it. Yeah, so, he's...
Where do you want to see him go?
I said earlier I would love to see Dallas. I also realize that I live in reality and don't think that they could potentially facilitate that. Miami would be great. Their half-court offense struggles immediately get fixed if you bring Kevin Durant into the mix. Now, what?
Butler too.
Yes, Kevin Durant and Jimmy could either be incredible or incredibly explosive. Oh, yeah. So if you like drama and you like the, everything being chaotic in the NBA, send him down to Miami and see what happens there.
It's very dramatic down there.
And some of the swaps that could happen, because I know we've all talked about it. Bam and Ben Simmons and what cannot happen there because of, the designations on the rookie contracts and all of that. It would potentially weaken Miami and what they would have to give up for Kevin Durant. But I'd like to see Kevin Durant, potentially even Ben Simmons down there too, because of what they would have to do to facilitate that, some of the swaps, the draft picks. But Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler, give it to me every day.
But here's my thing. What if the Brooklyn Nets look at the Golden State Warriors and say, this team gives us the best options of what we want back for Kevin Durant?
Yeah, well, of course. If you're a general manager, if you're Sean Marks, you're looking at this thing thinking, in one calendar year, could have potentially lost Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. You've got to get, the best haul possible. And, it's a once-in-a-generation player who might be available right now, who is potentially available, just nothing has happened yet.
I'm high on Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah,
so
am I.
I think his upside is there when it comes to the NBA.
All of those players, though, from the Warriors end up on another team. What happens when, Stephen Curry is 34 years old. Klay Thompson is early 30s. Draymond Green, early 30s. Kevin Durant's going to be 34 years old. Like, how many more years? Like, you're giving up the long-term plan that you have here to be able to bring Kevin Durant back. You would, of course, I'm not dumb. I understand that would absolutely make sense to win championships, but if you're thinking long-term, I want to see them win championships with Steph. If he can play this way till he's 40, he's going to continue to do it. Like, but that young core, like, that is a really exciting group, and I would hate to see that get dissipated just to be able to get Kevin Durant back there and win the title right now.
That's the business that we live in.
I understand that. I'm just thinking from the long-term play.
In a meeting room, and I always tell you, the guys that you see in this room right here are probably not going to be the guys you're going to see next year in this room right here.
No.
Everything is fluid. Everything gets innovative. And when you look at a guy like Kevin Durant, if I can trade all those guys for Kevin Durant, I'm doing it in a heartbeat.
That's why I said 29 other teams, whether you could facilitate it or not, in reality, you're thinking, we're calling them just to see what it would take.
Yep.
He's too good not to.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.